Hey everyone, another meditation session together, 10 minutes, quick and easy, and we're going to build our daily meditation habit. I'm actually very excited for this year. It's going to be full of new members, new growth. I hope that more of our community has time to research a lot of these concepts of non-duality or sharing some of your own personal experience and personal preferences of your spirituality in the comments, so that we can all learn and grow. Because I do think that just staying focused on one form of philosophy when it comes to enlightenment, self-realization, mindfulness, sometimes it's good to have a varied perspective, because I think we can draw from many different places. Like personally, I love Zen, Buddhism. I love Hindu, non-duality, like Aveda, and I really like the New Age mystics and shamans that are out there, and some of the work they do. Right, so there's some transcendentalism there peppered in. So for today, I'm going to read a quote from a Hindu guru and a Vedanta practitioner, master, Muji. And I think this is, a quote that can lead us to self-realization. And so the quote is about thoughts, about the identity and the mind. And the quote is, "A thought is not self-employed. It does not work for itself. Only when it connects with an identity thought can it establish the expression you call thinking." And so this is on the nature of the mind. So through the teachings and sitting with Muji, I've realized that the mind is the tool or instrument or faculty that we use to identify with reality. Because if we didn't have an identity, we wouldn't be able to show up in the world as a person and to relate to objects, right, within our reality. So there has to be a identity thought, right? So thought form. So your identity as your name, your past experiences, the person you are, your desires for the future, how you evolve and change with time. That is a thought upon itself, right? So the idea of you, because you as a person is full of mind, right? So you've got the thoughts you think about yourself, the judgments you have of others, the intentions that you place upon your life from the perspective of you as a person with an identity. And so when he says a thought is not self-employed, it doesn't work for itself, only when it connects with an identity thought can it establish the expression you call thinking. Meaning, we have things that are perceivable by our awareness. And when we perceive, like, the identity of who you are, conceptually, right? Perceiving it, meaning we see thoughts, maybe that come in, or we have a thought, or we have an image, we have some imagination come in, we have some moods, some sensations come in, right? And our identity is witnessing this, right? And when our identity is, connecting and establishing a connection to the thought as my own, as my thought, we are taking the mind's bait, per se, and we're giving the mind expression power. Whereas what we want to do is, to remove our suffering, to find liberation, and to have our own self-realization would be to not identify with the thoughts, not identify with your identity, and not identify with your intentions, moods, sensations, right? What you want to do is sit from the place of awareness, perceive all that is, in the mind space, right? In your identity space, who you are, the subjective perception, because it's all subjective. You are viewing the world through the lens of a personal identity, which is a thought form, which is created full of beliefs, judgments, and intentions. And so when we're coming from this place, we can create separation by just observing it. So we can observe who we are as a person, and as we interact with the world, when imagination, images, thoughts, sensations, feelings, moods, intentions arise, pleasure, pain, desires, past reflections, everything, when that arrives, we have the ability to just observe it from a place of detachment, from a place of the impersonal. And that impersonal awareness is your ability to observe with your perception the mind. And so when we do that, let's do that for 10 minutes. And when we do that, you will realize for yourself what is permanent, what is changeless, and what is expansive, and what cannot suffer. It cannot suffer, because to suffer from life, you must have an identity that is suffering. And when you are observing, find out for yourself, that place. Find for yourself that place of consciousness that is emanating from you before the identity, before your mind. And you do that through just observing. So the seer, the observer of the mind, of the body, mind. Observe. So don't do anything, don't buy into anything, don't identify with anything, and just observe. And as you're observing, things are going to come in to your sphere. Intentions, desires, thoughts, moods, sensations are all going to come in. And when they come in, see them, let them be there. And if there is anything that that you buy into, just ask yourself, who is this thought for? Who is this mood for? Who is this sensation for? That will create space between your personal identity and your awareness, and then you can detach. You can observe it. You can let it be there without it affecting you from the perspective of your personal identity, because you realize that your personal identity is just like a thought. It is there, but it is always going to change. It is not going to be permanent. When you're suffering, when you have pain, when you have happiness, when you have great joy, we can enjoy them, we can experience them, but ultimately that is coming from a place of a personal identity, enjoying and experiencing, feeling the suffering, feeling the pain, feeling the happiness, the joy. And as we come from that place, we can watch that as a storm that's passing, and then we can enjoy the sunshine. So we can understand that the pure consciousness and awareness that we have is our true self. And when we come from that place, it gives us immense power and takes power from the mind, allowing us to connect authentically to the world and experience reality from a place of expansion and awareness, pureness and freshness. So let's sit for 10 minutes. We begin in 3, 2, 1. So 10 minutes. As always, continue meditating if you like. And join our spiritual blog if you want to go deeper into sending resources from spiritual teachers, sat songs, podcasts. I'm going to be sending those once a week. So feel free to join. It's in the bottom of the description of the video. It's great to be here with all of you again. We'll continue to grow. This is spreading. It seems like a lot of people like us are looking for meditation groups. I know in my own personal community, outside of here, it's really hard to find regular daily meditation groups. It's usually like a meditation class or like a Zen Buddhism class or a transcendental, or it's like yoga nidra or something, and you've got to pay for it. So I just wanted to create this community for all of us to deepen our meditation practice every day. And so I'll be here again tomorrow. Feel free to join us if you're new, and I'll see everybody for tomorrow's session. Bye.